Hey guys, so this week's meal prep is a salmon one, an Asian inspired salmon recipe. All my meal preps are pretty much Asian inspired because that's what I like. I like the flavoring, I like the taste of, like soy sauce and salty, sweet, spicy, like everything in one. So I am making a soy, ginger, garlic based salmon meal prep, and then I have broccoli and zucchini, which you will see for veggies. And it's like I say in all my videos, it's so easy. Like, you need one pan. I literally use one pan and one cutting board and the oven, and that's about it. And it's so quick, so easy. This one is a little bit, it's not really, I wouldn't say it's inexpensive, because it's a little bit more expensive because the salmon fillets cost a little bit more at Costco. I think I paid $30 for a bag of frozen salmon fillets. So that's a little bit more pricey than what I usually get, like ground turkey or chicken breast or, beef or whatever. But it's nice to have a change, and salmon is really good for you, even though it's kind of fat. But it's a good fat, right? So it's nice to have once in a while to rotate, your protein, I guess. You can't always eat like ground turkey, and you can't always eat chicken breast, right? So this is a really, really, really yummy and easy and simple and quick and fast salmon recipe. Here are the ingredients. So we have, I just did 4 salmon fillets, and these are from Costco and they were frozen. I thawed them last night, or actually this morning. So I'm gonna do probably 6 to 8 meal preps, because these are pretty thick, and these, for one salmon fillet, it's actually like 340 calories, which is a lot. But I know salmon is like a good fat, but yeah, I'm just gonna cut them in half. So I'm gonna half all these. So I'm gonna make 6 to 8. I might eat this later on, or I might give the kids one, one of this. So anyways, so I have 4 here that I thawed yesterday. And then broccoli, I got this bag from Costco, and they're just broccoli florets, and they're washed and trimmed and everything, so it's so easy to use and so worth it. And then for my other veggies, I'm gonna do zucchini because I love zucchini. So I just got 2, and then that's it for the main meal. And then for the sauce, this is for the sauce. So we have some light soy sauce, low sodium, and then I have garlic, minced garlic, and then ginger. Most important is ginger. You can have the fresh ginger root like this, or you can have the jarred one, or whatever one you want. If you don't like ginger, you can have even the powdered ginger. And then green onion for garnish, and I like the flavor too, so this is optional. And then of course pepper and salt. And then these Splenda packs, you can use sugar, you can use stevia, Truvia, whatever like artificial sweetener you want. And I have some water. You probably don't need that much water, but just a little bit of water. So this is for the sauce for the salmon. To bake the salmon fillet, I put the oven for 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm gonna spray with my cooking spray. And so I'm just putting it on the baking sheet. Perfect. And then I'm gonna season with salt and pepper. So just quickly, Mama. Yes, baby. Oh. Hold on. Or you can use like salt-free seasoning if you want, but I'm too lazy to go get it, so this is what I'm doing. That's good. So once it preheats to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, I'm just gonna put it in and cook it for about 8 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna check it at 8 minutes. For the broccoli, I just put some water in the pan, and I'm going to steam boil it. I don't know what it's really called, but that's what I call it. So I'm gonna put the broccoli in, and then put a lid over it so I can cook. And once it turns like a dark green, I don't want it too soggy, right? So you just want it to be like just perfect with a crunch. So I'm just guesstimating how much I need for about like 6 to 8 meal preps. So like, if there's not enough room, you can do it in like 2 batches. So that's about good. And then I'm gonna put a lid on it and just let it cook. I probably have to do 2 batches though. So that looks about done. So I'm gonna drain this and pour this out. Using the same pan, I'm just gonna saute the zucchini. And I just chopped up the zucchini into pieces like these. And so just stir fry it, saute it, whatever you want to call it, stir it around on a pan in some oil until it's lightly browned. And then, like I say in every video, like I don't really season any of my veggies. If I do, it's like with garlic or garlic powder. So I might put some garlic powder on here. We'll see. But yeah, just kind of saute it till it's brown, but you don't want it too cooked, because it's going to be mushy. So you just kind of want it like al dente, right? Like with the crunch, with the bite. I'm going to add some garlic powder just for extra flavor. Just a little. And then you can do black pepper too, which I probably will. It's been about like 2 to 3 minutes, and it's lightly browned and it smells so good, and it's probably yeah, it's done, because like I said, you don't want it too mushy, because you're going to put it in the microwave anyway, and it's going to cook even more in there. And yeah, it's perfect. So I'm going to turn off the stove and take it off the stove. After about 10 minutes, I took the salmon fillets out of the oven, and they're perfectly cooked, and I'm just letting it sit here and cool down. For the sauce, I'm just going to use the same pan, because, you know, make it quick, easy, no need to wash extra dishes. This is the light soy sauce, so I'm guesstimating. So here's 1 tablespoon, 2, 3, sure, 3 for now. And then I'm gonna put in the ginger. So it's as much as you like. If you don't like ginger, then don't put too much, but I suggest you just put a little bit, because it helps the flavoring. And we'll just do that for now. And then, okay. And then you're gonna add garlic. I love garlic, so I'm gonna do like, I don't know, like that. Kind of like mix it together. And then a little bit of water, probably 1 tablespoon, let's see. Sure, or maybe 1.5. This pan is like a little bit too big, but that's okay. And then I'm gonna add in maybe 1 pack of Splenda, and then we're gonna taste it and see if it needs anything else. Like, I don't even have the stove on because it's still hot from earlier. You don't want to boil this. You just want to kind of like heat it up. So there's that. That's kind of salty, right? So, I mean, it's kind of sweet, so I'm going to add more soy sauce. And then we'll see. That's really good. But I want more ginger, so I'm going to add all of it. And I don't want to waste ginger, so, you know. Do that, and maybe add a little bit more. So the heat from the stove will just melt the sugar, so it'll be good. Yeah, that's really good. So that's about it, and I'm gonna put this in a bowl, and then I'm gonna let everything cool down, and then we're gonna pack it in our containers. That's it for this. Cut up some green onion quickly just for garnishing, and I'm gonna put some in the sauce because it just looks prettier. Like, it looks so dull without it. So it'll kind of cook in there, marinate. Sure. Okay, and then for the leftover, I'm just gonna garnish my salmon just to make it look pretty. But should I do it in the container or I don't know? Just so it looks pretty. You don't really have to, you know, but sure. But I'm gonna leave one, I think, because my kids, actually I'll leave two because my kids don't like green onion. So I'll leave that for them. But yeah, doesn't it look so much prettier, right? Yeah, you agree? Okay. So these will be for the kids. And then, like I said, I'm gonna leave everything to cool down, and then I'm gonna get my containers and pack everything. So this is it pretty much for our salmon meal this week. So super simple and easy. It's good for you and it's yummy. So that's it. Everything in the containers, and I managed to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 meal preps, and then I have 1 fillet fish just for the kids left. And then yeah, what do I mean and then? So anyways, so there's the salmon and then the zucchini and broccoli. I kind of just stuffed the broccoli as much as I could, and I just used it all. Luckily I didn't do like a second batch of broccoli like I said I would. This is like way more than enough. But this is good to like fill you up, you know, because broccoli is good fiber and it's good for you. So I'm gonna cook a big pot of white rice like I always do, and then every time I heat, you know, a container up, I'll have a little bit of rice. I usually have about half a cup of rice to 1 cup if I'm really hungry. So, and then sometimes I won't even have rice. I'll just like eat it by itself, kind of like carb free, you know, minus the veggies. So you can have the option of that. So every time I microwave it, I'm gonna pour like a scoop of sauce onto the salmon, just like, you know, just like that. I'm not gonna, the reason I'm not putting it on the salmon right now to meal prep is because it's gonna be really salty and really marinated with that sauce, you know, by the time I eat it, because it's gonna sit in the fridge for a few days. So yeah, I'm gonna do it every time I heat it up. But like I said, if you have to bring it to work or something, I suggest putting like a little bit of the sauce in a little container on the side so you can pour it in once you heat it up. And like I always say, this should last, well, it should be only you know, in the fridge for about 3 days. You should consume it within 3 to 4 days before the vegetables get mushy and soft and everything goes bad and it just doesn't taste good and fresh. So there you have it. Here is this week's meal prep. It's so yummy.